confirms the elimination on Matzo. You gotta watch out for Wings Flona and Carmi out there in that deep woods dish. They came out in first place in their heat, and they could be a surprise here in the finals.
Absolutely, many surprises can happen. Just remember though, if you're just tuning in, if you missed the desk a little bit, we are going to be watching for over 2 days, 12 games, 6 a day. Yeah, this is kind of like the main title card match we were waiting to watch at Steamy Stats.
Oh, yes.
Savage, obviously, second place from last season, right behind Queasy just by a few points. Rolls in with the trio that's been landing here for so long, Refsguard and Andretta. So when Malabuka ends up qualifying all the way towards the end, you know, through those semifinals, rolls in. And then now you see these guys just, you know, going at it against each other. Pleasant Park too, a little bit of lootage happening here.
You have to be happy that they're not out and that they disengage. They have to get it, all their resources, get back up. If you're more fans of Analyx, though, this is where you have to be worried.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of trouble that we were expecting. Might not be the exact team, but here we go. X-Squeeze 4-0 Andalex.
Now we're pushing down south to all the trios landing in south as Malabuka gets knocked. Bubak's in trouble right here, down to 35 HP. These are the engagements that you're going to see throughout the entire weekend. And we're going to take an closer eye on what engagements are going to happen and what adjustments will be made. Kylie, Aware, and Bubak right now. Camp Cod, that's not an easy rotation. You're just seeing how difficult it can be. And these pit stops, dipping into the heals, dipping into the resources. And so you can see Analyx 4ZR, they already had an engagement. They're a little bit wounded, but it's still a chain, like one of those dangerous trios out there who are going to definitely utilize that permapad. But it looks like 4ZR and Analyx, they are going to try to get out via the IO vehicle. And there's still one solo underneath this entire engagement, just hiding out.
Trying to see what they can do when it comes to Bubak, Kylie, and Aware. These guys also rolled in from the semifinals. Overall, close to the top of their heat. That means, you know, it took them a little bit of a while to get things rolling. A lot of people who rolled in through qual weeks are kind of the stronger trios who took control of everyone around them. These guys, although they played very well, they weren't as, in terms of qualifying for the finals, up against some of the best trios in Europe. Right now, facing a much harder lobby, facing Legends. Threshold, the big pop-up right above the mini-map on the bottom right of your screen. That's the focus for every team. You want to make sure you're at least 200 to 300 above the damage threshold right now. And Andretta, Savage, Refsguard, they started 33 below, but they are really ramping up both the action and the damage. Make sure, though, you don't fall into that temptation, right, Sancho? Because right now, yes, you're beaming lots of people around you. You still have to keep track of these zones. They are going to be getting smaller and smaller. You're going to have to be moving.
I don't know how much gas is in this tank because I feel like they're running on fumes.
Absolutely. We're watching the survival game across the edges of this zone line, but let's look at the Titans right now in the lobby that have position or closer towards the north. Benji, Fishy, Shadow, Joe, no one really that damaged at all. I think Shadow might just need a little bit more shields, but he's going to be looking good. These guys and a bunch of the trios we're about to be checking in with, they're ready to win this game. They're ready to take control of what they have. They're not just, you know, on the back foot at all.
That was a great rotation. Look, there's not a lot of trios in this path here. They need to continue on. That is what everybody's doing. Here it is. It's still game one. Everybody jockeying position, as Shyo said. They're trying to get those crucial knocks and maybe refreshes along the way. But Bubak won't be able to join the dance. His music has stopped as Kylie and Aware here now get the lobby focus, and the fire is raining down on these builds here. Luckily, a lot of hard mats were expended here on the defensive hold, so the fire won't spread out. But you got to be careful because the grass is you see it could catch a blaze.
Yeah, Rotary taken up by FSI on one of the sides. So once again, a little bit of a replay of how those semis ended up going. In the finals now, though, completely different game. Kylie, Aware, another duo we're watching. It's going to be trouble for them in this zone. Once it locks in a second, we'll see exactly where everyone has to go. It's towards the south side. So all the planning these top teams had to stay towards the north, they get pulled maximum ways towards the other side of the map. And look at that. Aqua, Vidil. I mean, these guys all the way up on height with Noah Riley, they're looking really good in the way they're going to be attacking things. Already on high ground, 2 is competing for it too. They're all going to have to move, though, and set up a new base here. While Rifla and Astro, they're in trouble.
Also as well, Janus did get knocked here, but the focus here is on Rifla. The lobby focus, the spray as Chapix returns the favor and gets an elimination on Savid. So now it's Rifla and Astro here colliding with the Season 5, Chapter 2 champions, and they decide enough is enough. The water was a little too hot, and they move on through, and they sit right on top of Clement's trio as the zones are moving in. This minute right here, this rotation is going to be a make or break for a lot of trios. As you see, they're not safe in, but the one thing I got to keep an eye on is the left side of Benji, Shadow, and Joe. Remember, their truck wasn't that much, and they do have a vehicle here. I expect them to be in this in game.
Yeah, they might be, but there's a big traffic jam on that right side. Lots of different trios trying to make their way, and it's difficult. All their mats should be down. At the same time, a majority of these guys have jumped the curb. They use launch pads to get all the way in. They don't want to drive by and be able to get affected by Benji or anyone inside those trucks at this point, or even rotating in on ground.
I'm going to look at height. The deal is there's been a big contest because two Sekirachi are right there. We saw them vying for height. Look at Rifle's POV right on the right side. He's in a cone looking in. You're seeing what's happening here. I don't know. Aqua's trio, they've basically been tweeting out on social media 12 for 12 on height, 12 for 12 on height. They're always going to be there. So the question can be is will they have the ability to hold, considering there's 5 or 6 trios that tend to contest height? And at the same time, folks, that launch pad's at play and things get messy when you're holding on height. Now, first moving, Zone 6 has been revealed, and I'm thinking there's really not an advantage here. We'll see how the people who have been fighting for height adjust.
Yeah, 3 different layers to worry about. High ground can have the most control and can dominate the lobby, commandeer anyone. There's a big boss fight happening with Hen and Janus, so they're trying to get things started. As that goes through,
that's not getting chopped.
The high ground with Aqua, that is definitely not getting challenged. They've overbuilt all the way across. It's full metal and it's fully built too. At the same time, it's a max pull for these guys, it looks like. So anyone that's launch padding earlier or even just slightly later can jump on their builds and take over. Might be a trap they're setting too.
Hen, Janus, and Chapix have been eliminated. They are out of this fight here. Game 1 won't feature them in the top 17. That's just crazy.
One game of a mistake. It's all good, though. A big bait is Noah Riley and Vidil. Just actually launch pad all the way away. It looks like there's another team that takes height as the entire moving zone starts. So we're gonna have to take a little bit of a pit stop and get up there afterwards. Not used to being on mid ground. We'll see exactly how Aqua fears and kind of commandeers here. At the same time, they want to be all the way on height. They want to have control. They'll probably go for it again. It's 2 Sekirachi and Stormy right who push up again, but they're up against Benji Fishy, and it looks like one person gets dropped into a box. They take him out fast, and now Benji showing Shadow. They might have a chance to go take over high ground.
Lurking right there at second from height, it is Trulix. They're right there, and they're biting for time as you're seeing the zone kind of bounce back just a little bit. So this is going to be a big build fight as Tooth gets hit. 84, he's going to give it up. He's going to move on through, and that could be Joe, Shadow, and Benji now holding height here. And Storm Surge has been revealed. 12 people have to go down, and yes, it is Benji, Joe, and Shadow on height.
All the chats across the world are probably super hyped right now for Benji, Joe, and Shadow, always wanting these guys to do so well inside the finals. They have that chance, but Trulex, Jerky, Queasy, no strangers to winning that first game. They're going to be the next challenge to overcome.
Shadow's going to be a big factor here. He's on the front side of the storm here, on the front side, just trying to make sure he finds connections. But right below, it is Trulix's trio. They're still there. And Benji, armed with this dangerous rifle here, sending beams. There's a pad. Oh, there it is. Queasy with the pad play. Joe, Benji are trying to put a defense to stop him right there. But here it is. The rest of the defending champions going to push Benji, Joe, and Shadow down into the madness.
Queasy was just a distraction. Trulix goes all the way up from the other side and takes it all the way to the top.
Oh,
now
no.
comes down to Two's revenge there as Benji goes down. This is absolute tragedy for the trio that just looked like the best one in the lobby. Trulix, Queasy, Jerky, they're not done with winning the last FNCS. They want to win game 1 in this one as well, up against Centric and the CL combination. They're going for height too. They've done it in semis and qual weeks. They're trying to do it again. Shadow as a solo is lost towards the very low portions of elevation right now, up against the hill. Can't really build this way. He's trying to get something done. Trulix though, he's on height, still has a fight, and Queasy is there too. Jerky's still alive, and they can still reign as a trio, stopping another push.
You have to watch out. Aqua's trio is still a trio at full force, and look at the eliminations happening from them. And Trulix and Jerky, they get a confirm on Joe and Sapphic here, but I got my eyes. Yes, there it is. The fight at height. 12 for 12. You thought we're not gonna go away. We're back, baby, with the vengeance. And Queasy and Trulix are knocked. Now Jerky's the last one standing, and it's Vidil, Aqua. They're sitting on height, and they have it. They have it.
It's winners versus legends, and the legends pull through on height once again. You can see it in Aqua's name. He always wants to be here. Now it's about giving it away, dropping down, putting the pressure in. Remnants of previous trios who've been denied a pass to play in game one get taken out. It's Noah Riley with the final elimination, and Aqua alongside Vidil to win out that first game.
It's going to be really hard for the team trying to capitalize and get Surge off of it.
Yeah, and you know what? That's what's one of the beauty things. They can keep winning off spawn. They can keep climbing up the leaderboards. One bad game, you know, they got 11 left.
As you look at 11th to 20th, you know, you ain't got to panic if you're on this page yet, but you do got to take a look at things and go,